What's going on, you guys? So who has the it factor in boxing? Just seen an interview on the Breakfast Club with Roy Jones Jr. Got the video link in the description for you guys to check it out yourself. It's a real good interview. Roy Jones talked about his career, his legacy, just a lot of things. You know, him training and how the fact that, you know, for people that get it misconstrued, that is Roy Jones, he's a trainer now, but he don't train fighters to do what he was doing. He trained fighters to do what they do. He just teaches them the game of boxing and things of that nature. Not everybody can do what Roy Jones was doing. But eventually during the interview, he alluded to, they get to the topic of who has the it factor today in boxing. And Roy Jones spoke about how he himself had the it factor. Floyd Mayweather had the it factor. Mike Tyson had the it factor. Sugar Ray Leonard had the it factor. Ali had the it factor. You know, Ray Robinson had the it factor. He talked about all the fighters that had that it factor about them. And what he mean by it factor is that the world will stop to see these guys fight. Everything stops to see these guys perform. Conor McGregor has that it factor. You know what I'm saying? I want to say Khabib in the MMA world has that it factor about him. It's just some examples. Adesanya has that it factor. John Jones has that it factor. So there's a lot of guys that has that it factor about them throughout other sports. But I'm talking about as far as boxing today, currently, the current landscape of boxing. Not the MMA guys or nothing like that, not the legends of boxing, but the guys today, the Terrence Crawfords, the Errol Spencers, the Canelo Alvarez, the Lomachenkos, the Teofimos, the Ryan Garcias, the Devin Haney's, the Tank Davises. And out of those guys I just named, only the young up-and-coming guys are the ones that I feel that may have that it factor. You know, they also alluded to Adrian Broner, being that if Adrian Broner had the skills or if he had the, you know, like just some momentum, Adrian Broner would be the best thing smoking in boxing. You know, Terrence Crawford, probably one of the best skilled guys in the world. You know what I'm saying? One of the top guys pound for pound. Exciting fighter. His fights are very exciting, but he doesn't have that it factor. Errol Spence Jr., a lot of momentum, a lot of fan support. He's crushing his opponents. He's putting up exciting fights as well, but he doesn't have that it factor to where the whole world will stop to see these guys fight. Canelo Alvarez, one of the top pound-for-pound guys. The money man in boxing, probably the most highest paid athlete in the world and all this other shit, right? Had the whole Mexican country behind him, a lot of Mexican support. A lot of support here in America, actually. But does he have that it factor? Well, the whole world will stop to see Canelo fight. Lomachenko, one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the sport as well. Does he have that it factor to where the world will stop? I don't think so. So now we have to look further down to the new up-and-coming guys, the young guns, the Gervonta Davises, the Ryan Garcias, the Teofimos, the Devin Haney's, the Jaron Ennises, and guys like that, right? Which one of these guys do you think have the it factor? I think all of them potentially has that it factor about them. They just need to put in the work. Teofimo Lopez is the one I think that's leading the pack right now. You know what I'm saying? He's on a fast track. He's fighting. He's about to be on the cusp of fighting one of the top guys in the sport in Vasily Lomachenko. Teofimo Lopez has all the star qualities to be, to have that it factor about him. He just needs to put in the work, right? He needs to just get the names on his resume and just stay consistent, right? And that fight, that's why I'm so critical on Teo right now. I'm a fan of Teofimo Lopez, so don't get it twisted by my videos, okay? I could just be objective. I'm a fan of Teo. I think Teofimo's that guy. However, if you was to leave a fight with Lomachenko on the table, let's just say Bob Arum isn't willing to budge like he normally traditionally isn't. Let's just say he doesn't. Then what are you going to do? Are you going to walk away from it? Or are you going to say, fuck it, I'll just bet on myself and I'm going to get the job done and show the world that I'm the best? You know what I'm saying? So Teofimo has the opportunity to have that it factor. He hits the backwards flips. He has the exciting style. He knocks guys out. He got it, okay? Tank Davis, another guy who may have that it factor about him. He has the fan base. He's in tune with the hip-hop culture. His people on the East Coast really, really ride with him. He has all the right people around him, all the right resources. He has the talent. He has the skill. He may be lacking in the discipline department, but it seemed like Tank Davis out here to prove people wrong. Tank Davis definitely has that potential to have that it factor. But he got to put in some more work. He got to put in the work. He got to fight the opponents. He got to fight. He has to fight in the fights. Now, if you're not out here doing things like Roy Jones was doing, right? Or like how Mike Tyson was doing, knocking everybody out, right? Putting up exciting fights, Roy Jones doing things you've never seen before. So know it for these young guys like Tank. He has to go out there and fight the top guys. Well, not all the time. Boxers, they don't always fight the top guys every fight, but you got to go out there and really make a statement and put on a show for the fans and give people a reason to stop what they're doing to come see you perform. Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Teofimo Lopez all have that it factor about them, if you ask me. Devin Haney has the skill set, the discipline, the hunger. He has the attitude. He just needs the. Devin Haney, I think what's holding him back is the fact that he's on an app, DAZN. Devin Haney needs to be on TV. Ryan Garcia needs to be on TV. Okay? Ryan Garcia, I think he may have the it factor about him, right? Now, he may be lacking in a few things compared to the other guys I named, but he has the fan base already. The girls like him, so that's always a good thing. Me and my homeboy was talking yesterday. You always going to be winning if you got the girls on your team, right? That's what a majority of Ryan Garcia fans are, is females. They're going to always support you, win or lose, right? So Ryan Garcia has that going on. He put up the videos. He's all in tune with the younger generations. Similar to T.O. He just needs to fight the opponents and really stay consistent, and just like the other guys. So those four guys right there has the it factor about him. You may want to throw Shakur in there. He's a little bit more on a reserved side, but he has that mean streak about him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he necessarily has that it factor to where the whole world will stop to see him fight. Teofimo Lopez, I think he may be that guy, but he has to go out there and fight Lomachenko, and then we're going to see where he goes from there. You know what I'm saying? So, boxing, I think that's what boxing is missing right now. You know what I'm saying? Despite how we feel this guy may be popular, this guy that popular, nobody necessarily has that it factor about him. Now, Anthony Joshua may have the it factor about him. Let's just look at the heavyweights, right? The heavyweights, those guys tend to get a lot of, amongst casual boxing fans, the heavyweights are the pinnacle of, combat sports, right? I think Anthony Joshua may have the it factor about him. He may not be as mainstream popular here in America, but AJ does have that it factor about him. He has that appeal. People just gravitate towards Anthony Joshua for whatever reason. Deontay Wilder, he has the it factor. He has it, but I don't think people is fully on board with Wilder for some of the obvious reasons, and reasons like they say, like his technically he may not be as appealing, but he goes out there and knocks you out. So Wilder, I think Wilder can have that it factor, but then again, Deontay Wilder is already 35 years old. He kind of really just started becoming mainstream, I should say. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder is one of my favorite fighters. So, but as far as him having that it factor, I'm not sure. Tyson Fury, he has the personality to razzle and dazzle. He has he puts his words together well. He's really charismatic in that sense. However, his fights aren't necessarily the most entertaining. So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that whole bundle package. And guys like Roy Jones had it, Mike Tyson had it, Floyd Mayweather had it. One may say Pacquiao had it. Guys from the legends had it. They had that it factor, man. What fighter today do you think has that it factor? Or what fighter you think is up and coming will have that it factor? There's quite a few young fighters, but only time will tell. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.